You know what's been on my mind lately? People asking, no invite? Where's my invite? Did my invite get lost in the mail? Okay, I guess I'll answer in order. No invite? Yes. Where's my invite? Does not exist. Did it get lost in the mail? We both know it didn't. We're not sending paper invites out. You didn't get invited, and it might have been an oversight, but I'll tell you what, asking any of those 3 questions is probably going to mean you're not invited to the next thing, because be chill about it. Have some, I want to say dignity, and then I kind of want to say decorum, and I feel like both work fine, but love yourself a little. You didn't get chin up, baby. You didn't get invited. That's okay. You don't have to be everywhere. I, for one, am like, I want to be at home most times. I like being here as well, but mostly I'm like, I want to be at home. If you didn't invite me, that's one less thing I have to leave my home to do. But that's just me personally. But if you didn't get an invite, guys, let it rock. Let it rock. Say you hope it was a good time. Maybe you'll get invited to the next one. But like cornering a person who was throwing an event and being like, where's my invite? And being confrontational about it, even if you're trying to be cutesy, you know, I think that's not cool. I don't think it's cool. And I have a feeling the host doesn't either. It's a lot of pressure to throw an event, put on an event, throw on an outfit, put on an event, throw an event, and then have people coming at you like, you didn't do this thing for me, and why was I not included? There may have been some thought that went into it. Even like wedding invitations and being like mad that you weren't invited to someone's wedding. I've never had a wedding, but I imagine it's very hard to decide who to invite to the wedding because it costs money. And some of y'all don't want to be buying gifts for the bride and the groom and the groom and the groom and the bride and the bride. And what's that about? Some of you guys aren't paying your way and still want to be invited. So it's very hard to narrow down the list, so I understand. And you got to give people some grace and just be cool. You don't have to be invited to everything. And I did recently say to my friend Heidi, where's my invite, but only as a bit because she knew I didn't want to be at the thing that I wasn't at. And we were both on the same page about that. But yeah, no invite question mark. Yes, no invite. And it's okay. And the world goes on. So let's be cool about it out there. You don't get invited to something, you weren't meant to be there. Not this one, maybe the next one. Maybe not the next one, but it's all okay. I think that's my piece of advice for everyone today. You didn't ask for it, but someone out there needs this advice. And you can thank me later, or you can debate about it in the comments. I don't know, but that's what I think. Anyway, today, guys, I'm talking to someone I invited to be on the podcast. They said yes, and I'm so happy that they did. Miguel is here, and we have an incredible conversation ahead. I'm just so excited to talk to him because I'm a Miguel mega fan. And you'll see, because I'm going to be gushing. I'm going to gush. I'm not going to be able to maintain my cool when I meet Miguel. That's just honest to God truth. So I'm so excited to talk to him in a little bit. You've inspired me. So before you got here, I was like, what will I talk about at the top of the episode? And I was like, honestly, the thing that's top of mind right now is how I'm tweaking because of the coffee I had.
Coffee?
Yeah. and I want to talk about how it's drugs. It's drugs. But we're always putting drugs in our body, yes, right?
Yeah.
Which reminds me of one of your songs.
Yeah.
Do you like drugs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course. Do you?
I love drugs.
Okay. Would you say, is it fair to say that the DARE program didn't work for you?
It didn't work, but I did good in the course.
You did? Okay, but you're like, no, I'm going to try these drugs.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm about to do this shit. No.
Favorite drug?
Favorite drug? I'm a shrooms. I mean, I like everything. Yeah. Though. I like everything. There's a time and place for everything for me.
What a good time. Miguel, did you bring drugs with you? Don't tell
I'm
the
on
cops
Quaaludes
are
right
here.
now.
Come on, Wolf of Wall Street. That's the only reference I know of Quaaludes.
I've never had Quaaludes. If you have any, please let me know.
Okay. Reach out. We have a hotline. People can call, by the way. It's a real number. Call and leave a message and say you've got some Quaaludes from Miguel. Okay. My next guest, as though it's rolling. My guest is a multi-platinum award-winning artist whose album is out right now. Newest album, Caos. You like how I said that?
I love it.
Okay. Did I do a good job?
Yeah. Pronounced perfectly. Caos.
Okay. because it means chaos.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, Miguel is here.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here.
Thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy to meet you finally.
Wait, I'm really happy to
I'm such a fan. Like I am a massive fan.
Thank you, Miguel.
Yes.
So I have to tell you, I am a huge fan of yours, and not in the way people say that's like polite. I'm so happy. When you said yes to doing this podcast, you have to know I was over the moon, because I have to tell you this, and I brag about this all the time. So now to get to tell you,
okay.
I like to feel like I discovered you.
He's like,
I feel like I'm the A&R. Yeah. So shout out to whoever did it.
Let's go.
I like to feel like I'm the A&R who discovered you. Myspace.
Wow.
I'm going to say the year is 2007.
Definitely early 2000s.
2007, okay? Maybe 2008. Myspace. You are the song on my Myspace.
Let's go.
Sure Thing.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like the OG Sure Thing that you probably like recorded with your own coin.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. In my bedroom.
Right. That is on my Myspace. You send me a message that says thanks for the support.
Yeah.
I flipped out.
That's right.
Okay, so also I had a friend. I was like, Miguel said thanks for the support, because I feel like I discovered your music on MySpace, so I didn't really discover Miguel, guys. I'm not that cocky, but you're incredible. But I think I discovered the music or found it for myself on MySpace.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the sound of my dreams. Your voice.
Thank you.
The production on that. You did that in your bedroom. You did the beat?
No. That's Happy Perez.
Okay.
Happy Perez, like long time family, through music. And incredibly successful on his own. And before meeting him, he was already successful more on the independent hip hop side. He was behind a lot of the No Limit stuff. But he's from Texas.
Okay.
I might get this wrong.
Okay, that's all right.
He might have been back and forth to New Orleans, so he might be New Orleans, and then by way of New Orleans went to Texas. But when I met him, it was more of he was like Texas, and that's where he was from, and he was kind of like making his way to Los Angeles and really starting to branch out, and we met through Baby Bash.
Baby Bash, I don't know. Baby Bash, the artist.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby Bash is a friend of yours.
Man,
okay.
Yes. He's known me since I was like 17, 18. But we met through, just on the grind. And, and I met Happy. Happy gave me a beat CD, and I made that song. And
incredible. Because
made it to
my MySpace. It's like the equivalent of being on the top 8 on MySpace. When you that
was prestige right there.
That was a big deal. If you were in somebody's top 8, like I'm in the inner circle. Like fuck a close friends.
Yeah,
we're talking top 8. Close friends is unlimited.
Yeah,
but MySpace would have make you be like, who are your people for real?
Yeah,
8. And that's it.
Man, it was a big thing. And and that song, when they rolled that out, it was like you could have a song on your page.
It was a perfect sound. Sure Thing, the original. So even when I hear the version we all know and love now, I'm like, but I heard the original Sure Thing.
Before and then I got that message. Yeah.
I mean, so my friend and I in college used to like kind of debate playfully about who we thought was going to be a megastar. Or not, and I was right about you is basically what I want to say.
That's dope.
We would go back and forth. I won't say his name because
did you win some money?
I didn't win any. He was rich too. I should have bet real money. He was rich. I went to USC, so it was rich kids.
It was rich kids. Yeah.
And I should have bet money. That is a regret of mine. We should have put some
real
stake
on
money.
Yeah.
Right. I actually hit him up today. So there was an artist who I won't say because we don't want to bash anybody.
No, not at all.
Okay. And then there was you, and I was in the Miguel corner, and he was like, I think this person's going to be the megastar. And I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Word. This man right here.
Let's go.
Anyway, that Strawberry Amazing. I remember being in Chicago visiting my sister, listening to Strawberry Amazing. Man. Quickie. Yeah. I thought you were from Portugal at one point because you speak Portuguese on there. Yeah. What is that? Can you say what you... I'm like a real fan. We're not even talking about the podcast right now. This is just me right now getting to fangirl.
Man, this is
you
incredible.
spoke Portuguese on that track. Can you remind me what you said?
Quero fugir, which is like, I want to flee. But see, I had a very sarcastic Brazilian friend, and I was like, yo, how do I say I'm trying to fuck? And she's like, Quero fugir, and she knew it just sounded. I was like, bet, that's how I say it. How I say it. I'm like checking, and she's like, yeah, just like that.
And that's not really what it means.
No.
It's like getting one of those tattoos where people would get them in the Chinese characters, and it's like,
and it says my dog pees on me.
Yeah, and that's not what I meant. I thought this meant, and this too shall pass.
Yeah.
But in many ways it could.
Yeah, it worked out. It worked out, though.
It did work out on the track because you spoke in Portuguese and you said, yeah, baby, that was Portuguese. And I said, yeah, it is. I don't know what he said, but yeah, that was some Portuguese.
That's right. Yeah,
it's not I want to fuck, but it is Portuguese.
And it worked in the context of the song where it's like, let's get out of here kind of. So,
Anyway, your career has been incredible. It's been fun to watch, and I am happy to be an early adopter.
Man.
Miguel.
No, it was really like Myspace was a big part of the journey. Because when I did get signed and the song came out, everyone who supported on Myspace was really like, see?
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
We did that.
That's what it felt like. It was really like, but also, you are an incredible talent. Thank you. That voice of yours and what you're capable of. When did you know that you had it, for real?
I mean, when you're a kid and you're just, the greatest thing about being a kid and people like believing in you is like, you just go with it.
Yeah.
And I got lucky and I had enough people around me that were like, you can, you know? And so I never believed anything else. It was more of it. I was like, this is what I'm here to do and this is what I'm going to do. And I didn't realize what the odds were. You know, there was no sense of, I have no connection, no one in my family is connected to the industry and it was different. You know, it was very different. In our generation to be discovered, so to speak. It just it required a whole other kind of connection and network, what have you.
Yeah.
And I just believed it.
Yeah.
I was delirious. I'm sorry, I was delusional.
Delirious
Maybe a little
now.
Delirious too.
Now we're both a little delirious right
delirious
now.
We're
both a
for
little
sure.
Sleep deprived.
The coffee's helping though.
Yeah, but you were delusional in that way, and I feel like you have to be in order to achieve the success that you have, or to do one of these unconventional sort of career paths. It requires that in a way that is undeniable, because when you do start to think about the odds, if you do start to think about the odds, it's kind of evident that it's so unlikely that you will achieve your goals. That's what most people would tell you. But if you're like, I'm not thinking about that, or I am aware of it, but I think it's going to work out for me, because that's kind of how I felt. I was like, it'll work. It's going to work.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's as simple and complicated and challenging as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you strategize in any kind of way that felt unique to you, or like, how did you strategize?
Not strategize. I really had a weird, just unshakable knowing and like a faith.
Yeah.
And I knew that somehow whatever happened in any decision, it would lead to something else that got me closer to where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
And so I just trusted in that, and inevitably, it did.
Right.
It really did.
It did in a major way.
Was it like that for you too, or was it a strategy and you
I feel like I'm like a strategist a little bit. I mean, I don't know if so much now. I feel like I did have what you are describing, that delusion that was like, it's gonna work out. So the reason I went to college in LA. So I went to LA. My whole plan was, I just got to get to LA. I'm from Baltimore. Okay. So I was like, I just need to get to LA where the TV
even
and film
more
happens.
Obscure.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And I'm first generation Nigerian, and my family's like, you're gonna be a doctor. That's what we know.
For sure.
And like, yes, because it's prestigious, if you will, but it's also because it's a stable career. Like, you're always gonna need doctors, and that is a career where you will always be able to get a job. And
anywhere in the world,
right? People are gonna need doctors.
Yeah.
But I was like, I will study biology, be pre-med, and I just need to get to LA to see the lay of the land and be like, and then I'm going to figure out how to get to do this acting thing that I really want to do.
You're distracting them. You're like, cool, I'm going. I promise. It's like, it's biology. It's related.
We love science.
For sure.
By the way, in there, I like, people talk about how I have a biology degree. I'm like, I do have a biology degree, but I need you to understand my grades weren't good. Like, let's talk about the grade. They gave me the degree. The grades.
The data you might produce may not be completely reliable.
Correct. Don't ask me Don't ask me to do CPR on you, because I'm CPR certified. But if you ask me to do CPR on you, I hope you have a will in place, because it's not gonna.
It's easy to forget that CPR stuff though.
It's crazy.
It's really easy.
You forget the minute you walk out of the class.
No, you ever like push here and like with this kind of like pressure, and you're like, if it was to happen,
yes,
and you're like panicking,
exactly,
it could really go bad.
Yeah,
I don't know that.
To recall and like push this way, and if it's a baby, do it this way, and if it's an adult, do it this way.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm too scared to do all that. But I got out to LA, and I was like, my strategy is to get there, and then I'll get to see what this industry is even sort of made up. So I even interned at a talent agency, like a now defunct talent agency, but I was like, maybe I can learn the business side and figure out what is effective or what doesn't work for people. Like I was
you came from good. Your parents are college graduates.
I only have one. I only have one parent.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I have two. One's dead. This is the premise of the
Well, a parent and a, I mean, it's it's like an actual. But
everyone has, do you think this is for everyone has a dad, but not everyone has a father?
That's the right way of saying it. That's what I was trying to get to.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, but my mom was incredible and is so.
Shout out to your mom.
Shout out to my mom.
Shout out to mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did
and
an
my
incredible.
mom.
And your mom.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the moms. I know this is called Thanks Dad, but can we shout out to the moms too?
To the moms specifically, yeah.
Yeah. Because what they do is incredible. And sometimes they're mom and dad.
And a lot of times.
They're that. And so we do want to shout them. We do want to shout them out.
Big shout.
Okay, Miguel, can I ask who you want to say thanks to? Who or what you want to say thanks to?
Ooh.
Could be anyone,
today?
Anything. Sure, yeah.
Today I want to say thanks to D'Angelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. I want to say thanks as well.
D'Angelo. Yeah. I'm still kind of, it's still, it's real hard to imagine that, these days I think it's important to remind myself that I have an opportunity to wake up and be my own hero.
Mm.
But there are musicians that really just will always be my heroes, and D'Angelo is one of those ones that I never thought in a million years we would lose this soon. It was someone that I looked forward to with so much hope and faith in terms of like what music could be and should be, and how it could sound and feel. I just imagined that we would get more, and so I want to say thank you for the music that we did get, because the world won't sound the same without him.
I think that is an accurate and beautiful way to put it. His music and his artistry, just otherworldly, really.
Man.
Really, really otherworldly. One of my favorite songs if people ask me, I say one song. I say Salt Shaker by the Yin Yang Twins,
okay,
but then my actual real favorite song is Nothing Even Matters, Lauryn Hill and D'Angelo. Just a beautiful song that every time I listen to feels different to me or means something different to me. And his voice on that track, everything about that track is like perfection to me. And then also Send It On. So I spent a lot of time listening to Send It On. Yeah.
But Nothing Even Matters is one of those ones.
Oof.
Oh, very small. There's nothing even. It's just like
matters
man.
At all.
Also, the timing of that is crazy.
Yeah,
the two of them on that song is like just in. I think the thing that we forget about with music is that it's the timing of the music that makes it even more special.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the timing of his music, in terms of what him and a collective of Soul Aquarians and just that time, I think it's just one of those very special times.
Always want to say thanks to, that was a remarkable time. And even that album, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, she gave us that one perfect, flawless body of work that has now just transcended time and
legendary.
Has remained relevant. I think I did see years ago that it was put into the Library of Congress, and I was like, rightfully.
That's right.
So that is correct.
That's
Some
right.
things are correct, and that is one. And I'm like, that album is perfection, top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
The kids on the interlude talking about what's love.
Yeah.
I'm like, the babes are wise.
I do miss a good interlude too.
I know. Well, here's my tough thing about an interlude is because when an interlude is actually musical and say it's not talking or it's not a voicemail,
right.
I'm like, I always end up wanting the interlude to be a longer song. I feel like on albums, interludes end up being maybe some, like, among my top 3 favorite tracks on any given album. I'm like, but that interlude, why would you give us that little? And then I'm like, I want artists to then release a whole track of that. I feel like on a bonus album or something. Like I want to hear the whole. I have a playlist on Spotify that is songs that should have been longer.
Man,
they're all songs that are like 2 minutes long or shorter.
I feel like as artists, we should just do albums of interludes.
Oh,
that's actually kind of a banger.
Absolutely a banger. If I could be a producer on one of yours, and by producer just I mean sit in a studio session.
Anytime. You can pull up anytime.
I genuinely, I'm like, there's so many interludes, and I'm like, they need to be longer. Made a full playlist. It's like now that's the only way I've been able to make peace. And I posted the playlist once, and I was like, this is how I've made peace with the fact that these tracks are so short. Combine them all into one playlist that feels satisfying.
Genius. That's genius, actually.
I want you to make an album of interludes. If I get to do one request,
I might actually. You might have to A&R this project. Like
I'm
seriously.
down, and I really want somebody to put me on an album. This isn't me pitching. I just want to like talk shit on an album. It doesn't need to be yours. But
I actually would love to have. There's a point in this in making this album, Kaios, that we're putting out. I was thinking of who I could call just to like for different things to talk through, and of course the album kind of evolved, and it felt like it was more of an introspective kind of thing, and
yeah.
But it's always like. I've never done that.
Yeah.
And that would be so dope.
Just a little like D-Ray got to be on Kanye's.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could be on an album. Or like, do you remember the DJ tags like Raj Smooth? Ooh boy, the greatest DJ in the world.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to be that voice. Just one time. It's on my bucket list.
Any of the DJ Drama early drive.
Oh my goodness. So good. So this album for you.
So we got a spot for you on the next one.
Thank you, Miguel. Yeah, I'm gonna make you proud.
You gotta do that.
Make you proud.
As long as you make everyone laugh, it's good.
Okay,
That's
okay,
it.
easy. Yeah, and you see how when
that.
you sang Nothing Even Matters, I sat back.
Yeah.
I didn't try to take Lauryn Hill's part on because I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do that, so I'm letting you. I was tempted, and then I remembered this is a podcast.
I'll do the same thing. I'll just get up out the way. I'm gonna let you just run it.
Thank
just
you.
Let you do.
I just know what my skills are, and in the face of a real singer, I'm not gonna even pretend we're gonna duet.
I feel like you could actually sing though.
You know what? I think my vocal coach says I can, but I'm like, and I did duet with Dionne Warwick once. So I want to be very clear. Yes, on SNL. It was really beautiful and kind of emotional, frankly.
I missed that.
But it was really special. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. And see, I'm talking it now. Yeah. We're not warmed up.
People don't know how important it is to warm up, though.
There's a whole thing. My vocal coach, who's like a legend, I haven't seen her in a little while, so she's probably like, please keep my name out your mouth. Yeah, I'm not your coach, girl. I'm not your coach. Don't put that on my name. But because she would probably also tell me I'm speaking incorrectly right now.
Oh, she's like.
Yeah, but do you hear? Do you think I'm speaking incorrectly? Honest to God, if you were my vocal coach right now,
I'm hearing a little nasal.
Miguel,
or maybe from your throat.
I asked. So I appreciate the honesty. I'm getting red right now. I don't know, but she really tried to help me. Okay, tell me.
It makes a difference, though.
What do you do
to warm up?
Yes.
Mostly rope work, like jump rope.
Really?
Because the muscle memory of using your diaphragm to breathe will take the thinking out of like projecting and control.
Okay.
So once you're kind of in that mode, you'll sing from your diaphragm more naturally.
Okay.
But I also do like natural, like the boring ones, like all of that, all of that shit. Yeah.
Do you what did she? Oh goodness, I'm trying to remember.
Can I? It's okay to curse. Sorry.
You can cuss. I cuss so much. Okay, cool. Fuck shit, motherfucker, goddamn, all of it. Everything you need is available to you. Just pick from the bin. In fact, if you don't cuss on this episode, I'm gonna feel some kind of way.
Okay, cool.
Okay, wonderful.
Like, oh, shit. All right.
That's one. Sure okay. We do fine at the end.
All right.
Yeah. There's a cussing bin over there.
Is it dollars or what?
Hundreds bills for everyone. So I just made 100.
All right.
Appreciate you.
All right.
And by the way, I don't tell people the terms and conditions till after they cuss. I encourage them to cuss, and then I'm like, you have to pay for that.
That's what this. It's a scheme. I see.
Exactly. Little scheme, plot. Okay. I need to hear about this album, but I also need to hear about. You have a child now, which is so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's why I need coffee.
Okay, because you were up all night.
I mean, you know what? He did really good out here. He's here in the city with me. He's with us. And these blackout curtains are going hard right
crazy.
now. I'm like, man, 12. Yeah. He slept for like 9 hours the other night.
Game changer.
I'm like, we have blackout curtains though, so I'm like looking behind the curtain. I'm like, who made these? Like, what is the?
Yeah, when
I don't know.
Thick like that. So you think? I mean, so he's a good sleeper when the setting is correct for him.
Apparently,
yeah.
He's been going. He's 13 months now.
Okay.
So he's getting, and he kind of like he got his teeth like really fast. I think like abnormally fast.
Okay.
But now his like canines are coming in.
Yeah.
So that's kind of messing with his sleep.
Okay.
But maybe we had like a first wave of like a lot of pain. And now he's just, this is the most boring thing.
I'm here for it because this is, we talk about parenthood.
No kids, right?
No kids that I know of.
Okay.
Isn't it crazy that women don't get to say that? Women don't ever get to say like no kids that I know of.
Yeah.
Men get to say no kids that I know of.
Yeah.
But no kids that I know of.
Yes. Okay. All right. Noted.
Nothing has come up out
Nobody's popped up out of like.
No, you're my mother.
You owe me. You owe me.
You owe me. And that's why I'm doing the collection bucket over there. Just in case.
Insurance is important.
And just in case some child comes out of the woodwork talking about you're my mom.
I understand now.
And that would be, but no, I have no kids. And
I'm
so,
gonna curse more just to contribute.
Please, thank you.
Yes.
Say something now.
Yes. Yeah. Fuck. Shit.
Yeah. God. Oh, that was a couple. All right. Thank you. But did you always know you wanted to be a parent?
I always wanted to be a father.
Okay.
I knew I wanted to be a father. I had a really dope dad.
Nice.
Have an amazing dad, and he just was. I just always wanted to be a dad.
Yeah. Yeah. What made your dad so dope?
I think his sense of humor, and also he was always really supportive. Anything. He always said I could do anything. We could do anything, and he was encouraging and kind of like would push, but just enough.
All right.
You know.
Yeah.
He knew how to really like. He was kind of like hold you to your what you want to do. You say you want to do it. All right, well, you're going to have to do this. And he would push, but never too much.
Right.
You know, just enough where, and he was very understanding. And how are you going to make me?
It's beautiful though. That is so rare because I wanted to tell you that it's so rare that I get to hear anyone, even in conversation with friends, be like, my dad was amazing. I think that's so. I know it's
kind of contrary to the.
Yeah, and I'm genuinely having a moment where I'm like, I need to hear more about this amazing individual because
both my parents are great. Yeah, I got lucky.
Yeah,
I got really lucky.
Do you have siblings?
I do. He's my best friend. His name is Nick. Nonchalant Savant.
Okay, Nonchalant Savant. Is that his Instagram handle?
Yeah, it is actually. Okay. But we just call him Nonchalant because that's really
his vibe.
Yeah, nonchalant.
Your parents did not a nonchalant kid and a musical genius. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
they did do a great job. Wait, can you tell me a little bit more about them and their background? Your parents?
My parents. They met in high school. They met at Inglewood High. A lot of my family on my dad's side still is in Inglewood.
Okay.
But yeah, they met in Inglewood High. My mom is a beautiful black woman from LA. My dad's family is from Zamora, Michoacan. He came here when he was 3. And before he came, my nana, my grandmother, rest in peace, came 3 years ahead of that. I'm sorry, 2 years ahead of that, and kind of like lived with her sister, worked at the hospital, and did other odd jobs to basically make enough money to start bringing our family over. And I think it was over the course of a few years that everyone from my dad's family, because it's 8 of them total, were in the States.
Okay.
And they made a life in Inglewood.
Okay.
And my parents met in high school, but they weren't really seeing each other until after high school. And yeah, that's
a real life meeting, by the way. Rare also these days.
Yeah.
Like we're high school sweethearts, kind of, even.
No, I
but
think
not
it
quite.
was like they just knew each other, knew of each other, maybe flirtatious, but never really hung out until afterwards.
Okay.
Like that's what I get.
That's what you understand. Do you know do you know the nitty gritty details of that? Like them getting together? Like how it even came to be?
No, I don't. But I know I was conceived sometime around Valentine's Day because I'm a Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? So,
you did the math.
Yeah.
Good at math.
Yeah.
We've all done the math.
We've done the math. You're like, oh, y'all was fucking. Okay.
Or they January.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
June, my case.
June.
Yeah, it was June. Summer. Summer's a good time to
It's a great time. Listen.
But your dad, you say, is an amazing dad.
Pops is incredible.
Where do you think he got the tools to become such an amazing father? Did he have an amazing father?
I think my dad had a very, he had a challenging time with his father. My tata was a very stern, no games kind of man.
Mm.
Also, 2 generations ago, it was a very different.
Right.
Culturally, every culture I think has evolved, and just with the times.
Right.
And my tata was a very stern man. You did it his way, and that was it.
Mm.
So my dad had a rough time because he's also, he's I'm like him in this way. We like our freedom, and can be hard-headed at times. So my dad butted heads with my grandfather a lot, and I think there was a lot of contention there. And I would attribute his approach with us to the things that he wanted to get with his dad, So
that's incredible, because you either sort of become that person who raised you, whether you enjoyed it or not, or want that to be the case or not, or you make a lot of work to be like, I'm going to be so unlike that if I can help it. And it's remarkable that he was able to do that, and that you love him so much. That warms my heart.
Yeah,
and
he's the shit.
Yeah.
My dad's the shit. Mr. P. He's
Mr.
a teacher.
P. Okay.
Yeah,
he is. What kind of what grade? What subject?
He taught all through grade school.
Okay.
And in his tenure, he's kind of wanted to be more impact. He's basically like, I would rather be able to like make an impact earlier or early. Mm-hmm. So he's like second grade. Oh. He's like been having fun in the second grade, and this is his last year, so he'll retire this year.
Are you guys gonna throw a party for him?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Shit, he'll throw a party for himself.
Okay,
my dad
he's like that.
Yeah.
He's a good time, Mr. P. I wish Mr. P had been my second grade teacher.
Man, there's so many kids that I've ran into after shows and be like, your dad's my favorite teacher, Mr. P.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel
cool.
really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, and what's your approach now with your son in terms of parenting? Do you plan to emulate your dad?
Yeah.
Or are there things that you feel like you didn't get that you wish, though your dad was amazing, you could have gotten more of?
Man, my approach, I really don't know. I think he's at an age now where I'm learning him, and overall I would say my approach is to remain a student and to remind myself that I get to nurture, that it's a nurturing, and that it's like I want to give him the best that I can, but without acting like I have all the answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So so far that's the plan. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because he's already started saying no.
You're like, hold on.
I'm like, what'd you say?
Not you have an opinion.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to be like that.
Oh, it is crazy when you're like, what you mean no? And right now it's no with kind of a question mark. He's like, no? Like, do I say no here or no here? So he says no for everything now.
Okay. He's learning boundaries quick.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to practice saying no. People get bad at saying no as we get older, right?
Isn't that crazy though?
It's really, really wild. And I think about therapy and how so many people in therapy, and myself included, what you're learning in therapy is how to be yourself again, and to assert your own boundaries and live in a way that is aligned for you. And that's what, like, so much money spent in therapy, being reminded how to be yourself. Just
to get back to square one.
Yeah.
And that's I think that question, you're like, don't want to be the kind of parent. Well, I would see, this is what you learn in therapy.
Okay, let's hear it.
We don't talk about what we don't want to be.
Right.
So what we do want to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to focus on what we do want to be.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Want to be the kind of parent that reaffirms and what is that? Like bolsters whatever the natural, like his natural
fosters, like his
reassures, and also enforces outwardly on his behalf his own personality and his like, I want to protect whatever the thing is, like, just be that, you know. I do think that like a lot of it is sort of trying to like conform a child to work in society, you know, and like to fit, and like, yes, there's an educational part of that, but also like want to preserve. Right. Like preserve it. That's the word.
In my mind, exactly. Like so when I have a kid, because again, none out there to my knowledge. Not yet.
We don't know.
Unless somebody rolls up on me and is like, Mom, which would be, I mean, by the time, if they were to roll up on me and be like, Mom, I'd be like, well, at least I didn't have to do like staying up late part, the breastfeeding. Like, actually, all the hard parts. Well, I will take you on. I'm not going to ask any questions how this worked without me being aware. But my hope is that I also would foster in my child or just encourage them to be themselves, and basically like what you're saying to that is a matter of like parenting is shepherding this young person into who they already kind of are and affirming who they are and then offering some guardrails, which by the way sounds really lovely in a vacuum until you're like, it's real life and it's a Thursday and you're stressed out and you're tired and you've had a long day. Or you know, like everything sounds really lovely in a vacuum, and then you're like in real life and you're like, I just need this person to do what I say, and then I need them to not ask me why. Because I was a why kid. Yeah, why? I was like, why? I'll do that thing you asked me to do, but I just need to understand why.
How did that work in a Nigerian household?
You know, I think because I was raised by a single mom, I think I've said this before on the podcast, but I didn't get spanked really as a kid, and someone was like, I can tell.
Word.
And it wasn't a compliment. It wasn't a compliment.
Like, no wonder.
Yeah, and that'll make sense. But my mom,
I still haven't decided if spanking is or is not what I'm going to do.
Okay, I am curious about this.
I thought I would be for sure a spanking parent.
You thought that up until when?
As long as I thought.
But when did you stop? When did you start to be unclear as to whether you would be a spanking parent or not?
I think having him,
the minute he was in your hands at the hospital.
Even now, I think it's. I'm like considering everything, and I'm like, is this the time? Because he's also like, it's not now, but
right, of course.
But I can see where it's going,
right?
Because he's already a little shit. Like he's like.
Little Mr. No.
He'll be like, no. He'll like go to touch something that he shouldn't, and we'll be like, no. And he'll look back and he'll go, no. And then he'll like touch.
But if I do it,
close, he'll grab something, and then it won't be him touching it. He'll use the thing to touch it.
Oh, he said I didn't touch it.
I didn't touch it.
He's smart.
No.
Ooh, he's smart.
He's 13 months and he's already like speaking, and I'm like, it's crazy. So I'm anticipating that there's gonna be a moment where it will be a Thursday.
Yeah,
I will have had a long ass day, and it's gonna be he'll be testing. Yeah, you know. And in that moment, I'm like, am I gonna?
Ooh.
The one thing I'll say though. Yeah. I also and this is another shout out to my mom. She never spanked us angry. Like when she was mad. Yeah. She would wait.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of like, this even worse, because then you think you got off. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
She forgot about it. She's in a good mood now.
No, she'll wait.
I owe you a spanking.
4-5 days go by.
Not days.
Days.
Miguel.
In some cases, a week or two.
No, see, that is worse. It's not 14 days later, mama comes up to you like, so remember,
we need to talk.
2 weeks ago.
We need to talk. Come meet me, and you walk into the room and she got the belt and she does the ooh.
But then she's saying we need to talk, but then it was like, it's not a conversation.
Oh no, it would be a conversation. She would talk.
Can you paint the whole picture? The belt goes
yes.
That's a gun.
Well first, yeah. I mean, but yeah. No. Essentially, that's what it's the same kind of, it strikes the same kind of fear.
Okay.
It really does.
So she would say that. You're like, the belt would speak, then she would say.
Well, okay, if it was one of those times where it was a wait till and it took some time.
Please, yes.
It wouldn't be the belt first.
Okay.
It would be, we need to talk, sit down. Okay, I told you this and this and that. What happened? And walk me through. She'd want to understand. And then she would walk through. I mean, if it needed some like principles, she would pull a Bible out.
Come on, Mom.
And she would go, well, now you know,
yeah,
A, B, and C, and the scripture says this and that. My mom was, she was not playing when it came to principle and where it was coming from, and she was very pragmatic about it.
Okay.
I mean, she would remind us that, we would be disciplined without anger. So she like, at the time it really upset me.
Yeah.
It really hurt my feelings. This is this and that. And she would be like, so what you did was wrong. Mm-hmm. Yes. Why was it wrong? Well, and she would make you walk through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then the belt would come out.
Oh, after to let make the lesson stick.
Now lay your ass down. She wouldn't say ass.
Okay, because she didn't cuss. But put that in the bucket.
Yes, exactly.
I'm I am making money today.
Yeah.
Okay. So she would say, lay your ass down.
Sit down.
Okay.
Lay down, whatever.
Sit down.
How old are you?
And
by your age.
That's how many? Ooh. I want to be 5 so bad. I don't want to be older than 5.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Were you ever 17?
No, because by the time I got to like 13, I just stopped reacting. It was I think it was 13 when she was like, oh, okay, you're not gonna cry. It's not gonna be like a thing. And I would just and you just clenching. You just take it, and it hurt, but you're like trying to be.
And then she was like, okay, well then I'm gonna stop doing this because it's not. Now this is not having the same impact it used to have.
Yeah, then it transitions to taking things away that you really want to do, and people you want to see and all that kind of stuff. But
what? And I feel like you turned out. I actually have to say it seemed to. But you feel like it worked for you. Feel like it was effective.
That's the dilemma.
Yeah,
because now I'm like, well, I can see where this is going, and there's gonna be times where it actually might be justifiable. The one thing I will say is that if I do decide, which I would say I probably will. I know that there's going to be some times where it's like he's not going to understand anything else, but to have a, and this is me speaking before I get there, but I do believe that it's important done correctly.
Right. Okay.
I can think back to times when I would have just kept
doing what you wanted to do or whatever. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's kind of who I am.
Yeah, the way you described your parents, so incredibly principled. Mom's pulling out the Bible to be like, this says this in the Bible.
Oh yeah.
But then also you like drugs, so. How's that? Right to camera. He said, yeah, what can he say? He likes drugs.
And now I'm thinking about this because my son will probably come watch this at some
will,
point.
But he'll probably be like 15.
Yeah.
Because he's probably not, I feel like your son's not going to take much interest in, well, it could go either way.
It could go either way.
Like, he takes a ton of interest in what you do and who dad is because I think dad is so cool. Or he's like, I want to forge my own path and I don't even want to be influenced by that. And he watches randomly at 15 because someone else is offering him drugs.
Or just be like, did you see your dad? Your dad said he likes drugs or whatever.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say is that I didn't do drugs until I was an adult.
Okay.
And even my dad, this is the cool shit about my dad. My dad was like, now son, if you ever do decide to do drugs, do them with me. Mm-hmm. He was like, because then you'll be safe.
Right.
And I can make sure you're okay. I'll tell you everything you want to know about what it may make you feel and how it may make you feel.
Yeah.
But at least I'll be able to see if anything goes wrong, I'll see you through.
Right.
And I got you. You can trust you're in safe hands.
Yeah.
Of course I didn't do it, but
so you didn't do it with him.
No.
Have you done that with him at all?
Hell yeah.
Okay, now you have.
Oh
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And honestly, I would say it's so much more fun to do anything like your drugs, drinking, whatever with family.
As far as parenting is concerned, I'm over here tripping over my words because as far as parenting is concerned, again, there are so many things that sound good and idealistic in a vacuum and in like your perfect world and scenario. And then it's like, okay, real life hits and we're describing that Thursday. Or your son comes to you at an age you may not have expected asking you to do X, Y, or Z. And it's like, how do you actually handle that? I have a lot of grace for parents who have maybe not handled some of these moments well, because you have to have the tools to be able to be a good parent. Yeah. How you get your tools varies, but I'm like, it seems
some
like
you're given and some you earn. Yeah. Or you don't.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you don't. And everyone is kind of freestyling as far as parenting is concerned.
Yeah.
And most people trying their best, I would say. I don't know if everyone is, but are trying their best.
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. And
I'd like to imagine that most parents are trying their best.
I like that world too.
Yeah,
I would like that.
But I actually heard something more recently that's like, sometimes it's not that the people that love us are trying they're not doing their best, they're doing what they can.
Mm-hmm.
Which is this, it's like a very small distinction, but it is different. And sometimes we don't know that we can do better.
That's real. Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes it takes seeing it or it being, it takes seeing it or experiencing it or being called out or, I don't know, making a mistake to see it, to know that you're like, oh no, I could have done it, you know, or it could have been done better.
Right.
Because we all learn differently.
Right.
But I didn't mean to, it's just a thought. It's just a thought.
What would, as a child for you, be most effective in making you self-reflect or change your behavior? Having your parents say, I'm disappointed in you, or I'm really mad at you?
Oh, disappoint.
Okay.
Oh, but just when your parents is, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah. What is it about that though? Because I've heard that answer before, but I'm like, what is it about you're disappointed in me that is so effective and impactful?
Because it insinuates that they thought differently of you and that maybe they now see you differently, right?
Yeah,
it does kind of. It's kind of like, man, I thought you were better than that. It's like feels like that. You're like, oh,
okay.
Oh,
I haven't ever gotten that clarity from someone. I could see that because I feel like the number of times I've heard people send texts to people they're dating, be like, I thought you were a different person than that. And how that's like, you'll get a paragraph.
Oh, man.
And that part of the paragraph being the one thing that really like.
No, that hits.
That hits. Is like, you're not who I thought you were.
Oh.
I thought you were good.
But see, when you're like, I'm not the person you thought I was. I'm trying to tell you.
I'm
then
not.
It becomes.
And it's like, you wanted me to be something.
That's a different
I'm not.
one.
And that is a very different conversation.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a different one.
That's a different kind of conversation.
Hopefully you don't get to that point with anyone.
You should. Let's know.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's no unhealthy conflict in any of your relationships.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to hope for everyone. Because this is an idealistic podcast. We're just saying our wishes for society and ourselves. That's all we're doing here today. Do you have a favorite track on the album?
Favorite track on the album? I think the soul of the album, you can hear it in El Pleito. Okay. Yeah, I think that is the song that holds the album together. And that's a song about, it's like a self-reflection, also kind of train of thought kind of song that goes from like an introspective, like, wow, let me think of all the things I had to sacrifice to get here, and yet I'm so proud of who I am and what I am. All of that wrapped into one. You know, it's kind of like, wow, like it's a looking back, it's a looking at now, it's a looking forward in that it, I think, resolves in I've been through a lot, but my soul is still standing.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you I was listening to the album today and hearing how much Spanish is spoken on the album is really, really cool. Because again, the first track where I heard you speaking a foreign language, it was Portuguese.
Yeah. You're like, she about to get on his Portuguese.
He's from Portugal. He's Brazilian. I don't know. It's so cool to hear you speaking Spanish in that way. Was that something you were wanting to do on this album, or how did the album come together in that regard? Is it like, these are tracks where I feel inclined to be speaking Spanish, or I want to make sure I'm speaking Spanish on this album? How did that come together for you?
That's a great. I mean, what happened for me was, in these last 8 years, a lot of like trying to figure out if I wanted to do this anymore, like on a professional level, or if I would.
I got that sense as a fan. I said, "Where's Miguel?" I needed you over the last few years.
You.
I needed you,
but I needed
you needed yourself too, though. So,
but I needed to. I it's not that I stopped creating. It's that it's everything else that comes with creating and releasing music, professionally. It becomes. It takes its own life and its own meaning. And it invites critique in ways that I wasn't sure that I cared to be open to or to hear. Like, I just really wasn't sure that I had the energy or the motivation.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to kind of go back and figure that out for myself. And
Mm-hmm.
when I found a new motivation, what it did was it pushed me to get to know myself deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that lent itself to a reframing of my identity
Mm-hmm.
that made speaking Spanish really natural.
Okay.
And it made it like with so much pride, and not that it wasn't there before. It was that it didn't feel like it needed to be included in the music.
Mm-hmm.
It was like I can be proud of who I am without it having to be a part of my, and it wasn't like such a massive part of my creativity or my point of view that it felt like it needed to be inserted in the work. But I think because where I want to go has so much to do with my audience really getting to know me as a human being and not just my ability.
Mm-hmm.
It felt really natural to include and to speak in Spanish and to show how I think in Spanish.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of comes from.
It feels like listening to the album feels like, oh, you're getting to know Miguel in a different way or more. So I feel as a listener, just having listened at this point just one time, I'm like, oh, I feel closer. I'm like, I feel like I as a person who was such an early fan and I didn't know who this artist was, but I was like, this person's so talented. And then so many people came to know and love you. And the music you put, I mean, I still revisit. Do you? How many drinks? I'm constantly listening to you. And it feels cool to be like, oh, and this is another part of him we have yet to get to experience as fans of your music. And you said you had to figure out what the motivation was for you to release new music over the last 8 years. What was that motivation? Was it for us to get to know you, or what would you say it was?
It was to get to know my audience and then to get to know me more personally.
Okay.
So that I could build an audience that wanted to know where I was going and how I was growing or what was hurting or what was worth celebrating, as opposed to me trying to satisfy an audience that just wanted the song for them.
Yeah.
Wanted the song that made it's I don't know if I'm saying that in the most concise way, but
right.
I wanted my own audience, and I think when you approach what I was doing before was leaning on my ability, and I think people fell in love with my songs.
Yeah, okay.
They fell in love with the songs, but it wasn't that they like really were like into me. And that for me is not sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not, because then what happens when the song they don't like the songs. Right.
Yeah.
When they don't like the songs, that means that for me, it was like, it's a slippery slope. The song, if they don't love the song isn't successful. So then I don't have no purpose with the audience.
With that particular audience who's here for like, I'm here for the music this person produces, without any consideration for the actual artist. It's like, I like the song, I like the production on this song. But even hearing that from you, knowing that some songs you'll hear stories about like, this song was written or this beat was produced for this artist, and this song, these lyrics were handed to them, and it's like, this was for Rihanna, but so-and-so ended up doing it instead.
Right.
Those are just, it's so interesting how that can work. It's like, this song was given to this person, and somehow the song was for the person, but it's like, do we love the person or do we love the song? Or did the person make the song? It's sometimes hard to discern as a listener. And when you hear those stories. So
there are successful recording artists, artists, whatever you want to call them, who are able to do that, and they do it. There's an art in that as well. There's an art in being able to take a song and make it yours.
Yeah.
I am not good at that. I can't do that. It's not a part of my ability. And it's also not, I just don't, that's not what I wanted to do this. When I was my son's age and just loved music, and all through my, growing up, my adolescence, like the thing was like, I'm making songs and music that I want to make. The things that I'm hearing in my mind, I'm making them, and like people love them, you know, and they become theirs.
Yeah.
And I got to do that. And what I found out was without when it's just the song, you're kind of, it can be anyone. And there's a sort of another part of that is like, I'm a songwriter.
Yeah.
So I can't really blame myself for approaching that way, because in the goal of a songwriter, you want a song that could work in any genre. A great song is a great song, whether it's sounds like it's a R&B song or it's a punk song, or if it's great songs is like us finding ourselves in lyrics, in the details, finding ourselves in other people's details. That's what makes a great song.
Yeah.
And great art. So I did that, and if I just wanted to be a songwriter, that'd be enough. But I don't. I want to live my life being an artist.
Yeah.
And being an artist, I think, is about reflecting your experience and taking the emotion in that experience and giving it to people so that we can forget our differences and remember the human experience is an emotional one, and that we're not so different. That's why great songs in different languages can touch people around the world from different, religious beliefs and ethnic backgrounds and so on and so forth. Same way fine art can make you stop and stare and just look at it and create wonder in your mind, or pain in a way that makes you forget the differences you have with the artist.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. That's what I did. I'm here for, and it's sort of at the center of the course that we designed. We were invited to NYU to be a scholar in residence this year. It was a tremendous
huge.
honor.
Yeah,
tremendous
cool.
honor. We did our the introduction to the course yesterday, and it was one of those things that made me really proud to say, like, I had to discover this the hard way for myself, but to build your own audience that really is in love with your expression and is there for your expression, regardless of what that means and how it proliferates and what it becomes, is the core of ownership and control of your work and your career.
Yeah.
Building that audience. So I had to go away to recalibrate on that.
Yeah. I'm so glad you did, because the album is absolutely beautiful, and it feels so personal.
Thanks.
Having listened just the one time, and I'm like, it feels so personal. I feel the heart in it.
Let's go.
And I love how true to your artistry you remain.
Yeah.
And now it's time for this segment called That's Nice, But What About Me?
All right, let's go. I like that.
Where I ask you for advice, because I need advice. So
I'm going to try my best.
But that's parenting. You're parenting me in this moment, okay?
Yeah.
So I am workshopping a one-woman show right now, and I'm trying to figure out.
Yes. Let's go.
And so I am trying to figure out, and I had a one-woman show called Great Black Women, and then there's me. And that was in 2017 into 18 before I was on SNL. So now I'm workshopping this other one-woman show, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how to navigate the creative process now, given this whole new experience I had, knowing that there's an audience out there that wants something specific from me. I think you can relate.
I can relate.
And knowing that there's an audience out there that is expecting something they've seen me doing for now several years.
Right.
How do I bridge the gap between what that expectation is and doing and completely figuring out what I want? Like, so you had 8 years to kind of figure that out. I have a little less time. I'm talking a couple of weeks.
Please take less time. Don't take 8 years.
Okay.
Please, please.
Okay, good. So that's the first piece of it.
Our sake,
okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What would you advise I do in the weeks I have to sort of bridge that gap and figure out what feels right and true for me?
If I could do it all over again,
yes,
I would give my audience as much context as I possibly could on where I'm going.
Okay.
While I continue to be present for them. See, the big thing that I didn't do that I wish I would have continued to do was to stay present with my audience. I would have, in retrospect, kept in much closer communication, whether it's on social media or if it was that I started building out ways to own my audience, whether it's like through your CRM, like direct email, whatever, or if it's through your whatever social media, whatever. finding your direct link to your fans, one, while educating them on where you're going, I would have done that. I would have started that 8 years ago. Because come now, they would have had so much context of all the inspiration and also an appreciation of being included. So now retroactively, what I'm doing is trying to educate people on, well, this album, there's a lot of anger in this album, and it's not about romance and love. It's about loss and growth and change. 8 years of prep would have done so much in terms of people paying attention. So if I could do it again, I would build out ways to own my audience and stay in direct communication and educate them in the process, however you felt comfortable.
Yeah.
But specifically in the ways that they probably are not expecting, and just giving them insight on like, yo, I'm really feeling this, and I know you like this, but like, have you seen this? Like, this is some of my favorite shit from this. And even the dialogue for them, I think, is exciting. To introduce things that they're not expecting and then watch them talk about it is some of the coolest shit. Yeah. Because you can interject and also just observe when you want, as you want. But it's the fact that you're letting them in on the process that I think makes the result even more impactful.
Thank you. I needed to hear that advice. Thank you for that. And because this is a family-oriented show, no, it's not. But we have someone else who wants advice, a listener. This is the last little bit. All right. Kevin, we are ready for you. Kevin, my producer.
Let's go.
Hey, Ego. This is Anastasia.
And Miguel.
I would love to get your advice on a work situation. I'm currently at a point in my career where I've put in the work. I've reached a certain level that I've aspired to, and now I'm at a workplace where I am not valued for what I bring to the table, my experience, my knowledge, and I feel a bit stuck. Also, I'm in an industry that I don't have love for anymore, so would love to get your thoughts on pivoting or what to do at this stage. Thank you.
Anastasia, thank you.
Anastasia. Yeah. That's a big one, important one.
Big one. You have had such sage wisdom, so I want, if you don't mind, would you start?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe even finish.
First and foremost, walk up to your boss and punch him in the face. I'm just playing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Call him a bitch or her a bitch. I don't know. Yeah, call them a bitch. If nothing else, you'll feel good about it. You'll be like, I've been trying to get that off my chest.
And you might feel fine after that.
Yeah, and you're like, actually,
I do love this industry.
I love this place. Yeah, this is great. All right. A pivot, I think, is exciting. And I think everyone wants to believe that. Okay, let me start this over.
Boom.
There's a lot to be said about anyone who is considering a pivot. And I think there's nothing more powerful than a pivot when necessary. But keep in mind that after the excitement of the pivot and the opportunity, you're going to be met with challenges.
Yeah.
Do not pivot thinking that it's going to be any easier.
Yes.
It's actually going to probably be harder because you're going to be coming into something that most likely you have interest, hopefully you have real love for, but you're not as far along in. And you're going to need to really get in the fucking trenches. If you have the drive, the delusion, and the energy to really do that, I say fucking pivot.
I think that's real.
But if you are not sure, I would say really consider looking at what you love and how you want to feel. And find out if you can't get that from where you are. If you absolutely cannot get that from where you are, then really look at, do you have the energy? Do you have the real delusion? Do you have the, you know what I mean? Do you have that to make the pivot? And and go from there.
Yeah. And then the resources, and I forget sometimes because I'm such a dreamer that the resources one might need, like just the money, the space, make sure everything to actually be able to pivot.
Yeah.
Making sure you have that in place. But I do believe, to your point about really doing an assessment of where you are and how you want to feel, and is that possible where you currently are?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do strongly believe that no matter where you go, there you are.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make that quote up.
Right.
Someone else said it, but I fucking love it. No matter where you go, there you are. And I think you have to make peace with where you are right now before you pivot, is how I feel. Because if you're running from something, you're going to find that something at the next thing. So I think it's really important and I don't like leaving anywhere angry and being like, I hate this place and I want to blow it up. If you can find a way to have gratitude for where you are in that experience as well, I think that's really important. So that when you do pivot, we're going in clean slate. The vibes are right. You're right internally. But I think focusing on how you want to feel and then figuring out what those things are that make you feel that way is a good way to approach this.
Valid.
Yeah.
Such a key to actually like not leave with the energy being off. I feel like that. I didn't even, but it's major to leave something with a really good, like, just in a good place.
Yeah. Even not like, with any, I understand what this was for.
Yeah.
You don't even have to be happy. You don't even have to be so happy about it if you're not happy, but just like understanding.
Right.
Some grace in your exit.
Valid.
So we don't want you to punch your boss.
Yeah.
We don't want you to call him a bitch.
I was just,
Don't do, I mean, but if you do that, if you do call your boss a bitch, you owe me $100 and you're going to put it in the cussing bin. Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
We're supporting the unclaimed children.
Exactly, the unclaimed children fund for me. Miguel, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
A ball with you. Yeah. I appreciate you. And people, listen to the album. It's so good.
Get it on vinyl. Or CD, like we have it on vinyl. Do that.
That's
like,
sexy.
Yeah.
Okay, get it on vinyl.
Yeah,
y'all.
Get it on vinyl.
And drink whiskey with it. Or something, right?
Or mezcal.
Oh, mezcal. Sorry, I know. As soon as I
whiskey
said,
too.
And see, here's the thing about mezcal and me: we don't go together.
Okay,
but tequila and we have a fun time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Repasado.
Let's go have some.
I'm down. It's early, but let's go.
With
it's our
Thursday.
Coffee, tequila coffee.
Trust me, it'll balance it out.
I think it's okay. All right, thank you. All right, to go. All right, y'all. That was my discussion with Miguel. And honestly, I think the coffee cooled it and it settled into my veins and I stopped being a freak at some point in the conversation. But if I was fidgeting, it was the drugs, the coffee drugs. Anyway, I absolutely love him. How wise is he? I really think you need to go listen to the album Chaos if you haven't already. It's very good. That voice is so buttery. I'm fucking nasal, apparently. Do not comment on my voice. I only asked Miguel's opinion, a professional. My vocal coach and Miguel are allowed to comment on my voice, not you. Okay, this is the voice. This is the voice I have, and we're all going to be okay with it. I probably shouldn't have asked him that. Is how do I sound? Because I kind of knew the answer, but he said exactly what I wanted him to say, which was the truth. I hear it too, but I don't want to see your comments about it. Because we don't need to be commenting on people's voices unless they ask and invite. And I'm not inviting you. Speak about where's your invite. You do not have an invitation to speak on my voice, but I love you. Okay, if you want advice from me and my next guest, please call the Thanks Dad hotline. I'm about to look at a piece of paper because, it's actually 502 Thanks Dads. THXDADS. 502 Thanks Dads is the phone number. Now I'm going to look over at this paper to my right so I can say the actual digits for those of you who don't want to look at the keypad. Okay, it's 502-849-3237. That's 502-849-3237. Call, leave your request for advice. We will try our best to lead you, possibly astray, but we're going to lead you somewhere. Okay, bye y'all. Thanks Dad is a production of Will Ferrell's Big Money Players and iHeart Podcasts. I'm your host, Nwodim. Our producer is Kevin Bartelt, and our executive producer is Matt Apodaca.